All right. Are we good? Are we live? Is it happening? It's happening. It's happening. Okay. Hi. How are you? Um, look. So I watched the the Mark Zuckerberg deposition yesterday. Um, wow. I'm gonna keep this kind of short just because I don't feel like I should be getting all political in the morning. It's not Mark's fault. So I'm gonna super high level because I know a lot of people don't know. Um, there was a quiz game that circulated, not HQ trivia, that circulated, I think, early last year or 2 years ago, something like that. And it went kind of viral. Like 300 million people were like, oh my God, this is dope because it's Facebook and quizzes are dope. And people, enter their information into it like you would with any other quiz software. And then that company, the people who made the quiz that went viral, sold that information to Cambridge Analytica, who is somehow not in charge of being questioned. Like they're completely MIA, and now it's Facebook's fault for some reason. And it it really it kind of sucks because this wouldn't be happening in a lot of scenarios. Like first off, Zuckerberg's brilliant. Regardless of whether or not you like Facebook or anything like that, he's a fucking genius. And then secondly, there's no reason to be bringing in the CEO for an issue. Do you know how big Facebook is? Zucks went because he's the face of the company, right? And he's talked about that before, and he feels like the face of Facebook, so he goes and talks on behalf of Facebook. They send whoever they feel like is most educated to answer the questions, except for in this case, they sent Mark because Mark knows a lot about everything, but not everything about everything. So he knows a lot, so he can answer most questions. Sorry, it's early in the morning. So for me, what was kind of just upsetting was to see senators berating Mark Zuckerberg for no reason. Look, it's very upsetting that 87 million users lost their data. That sucks. I could very well be one of them. I don't even know. But Facebook is doing everything in their power. They are investigating not the top 10 shadiest apps, not the top 100 shady. They're investigating every app from that time frame that had a similar level of data information or data access. Excuse me. They've put so many guidelines in place as far as this isn't happening again and XYZ, and all you can do is it's just difficult to explain the breach, right? Because it wasn't really a breach. A developer went viral, and then with all of the information from going viral because of the product that went viral, he was sitting on a bunch more money and then made a bunch more money, and then got caught. But now somehow, because that guy got caught making a bunch more money off of information he shouldn't have been selling, Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook is getting in trouble because they weren't monitoring his use of the data. That's not Mark's jurisdiction. Especially Zuckerberg specifically. Say what you will, Facebook needs to have guidelines in place. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. Fine, whatever. Zuckerberg, to depose Zuckerberg and to berate this man, Zuckerberg is socially awkward. So when you watch the Congress hearing, it's worse than it should be. Just because it looks worse, just because he's Congressman, I've already tried to say this. Please, I didn't kill anybody. He's just very awkward. So it's so it looks even more incriminating. And dude, this guy literally, people got to think about this. This guy built a website in his dorm room, drunk. Somebody, look. if I built a website, right? If I built Facebook, because 2-3 years removed, that's what happened, right? I am not responsible for somebody 20 years down the line using part of a software, or not even a software, part of a tool, of a website, of a section of a company that I built, that millions and millions and millions of people go to every day, and like willingly give their. Facebook's free. Like, I just don't understand how people like have gotten to use a free service for years and years and years, have been bitching about this free service for years and years and years, and then there's an issue, like a data breach, quote unquote, from this free service, and people are shocked. People are like, "Oh my God, this is the worst thing in the world." Do you use Google? Do you use? You're watching this on YouTube, aren't you? These are free platforms. Like, how do you think? Like, there's why tailored ads show up in your feed, is because you're on a free platform and you provide information, so they monitor what you like, so they can keep you on the platform more. Like, it's bizarre to me that people don't understand, and then the people like who kind of don't understand get really offended by Facebook. And it's like, look, like, it's one of the questions that annoyed me the most was somebody asked Zucks who his competition was, right? Yeah, we're trying to get at the whole "you have a monopoly" thing. They were trying to Rockefeller him, and look, Snapchat sucks now, so there's that. But as far as Zuckerberg's competition, he was trying to explain the answer, because Facebook's a big company. They started out as a website. Now they have now they're a full-on tech company, and then they also have like messaging platforms and shit. So like, they're competing with Microsoft for part of what they do. They're competing with, Twitter. They're not competing with Instagram because they own it, but Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Pinterest, all of these kind of Vero, all those kind of mobile platforms, and desktop versions, and and they're competing with things like, I think Facebook owns WhatsApp, actually, but they compete with like Kik and things like that, like messaging platforms, because they play in all those different markets, because they overlap, because they're a Venn diagram, so to speak, and they've got 3 rings and they all overlap right here. That is what people are, focusing on. They're like, "Oh, look at how great you're doing in this sector." It's like, yeah, but that's like a third of their fucking resources. It should, like, look, I get that people are upset because like Russia really interfered in the election, and people are like, Facebook needs to, but it's not Facebook. It's not Facebook's problem. It's Russia. Like, and even if you don't like, sans Russia, Trump, whatever, it's just like, to go after the creator of the platform and the platform itself because you're dissatisfied with the users is not okay. And it's not okay to berate the person who owns the social space where people get to come and talk because there was a fight there. Like people don't go to bars and get mad because there was a fight there last night. You know what I mean? People don't go there and like hold up the bartender because they got pickpocketed. That's your fault. Like, or even if it's not your fault, it's the guy, it's like that, it's the bad person's fault. It's not the bar owner's fault. Like, the bar owner wasn't working that night, and somehow now he still has to get questioned because somebody fucking pickpocketed everybody, right? And like, yeah, maybe he gets called down on the news, but what is the only thing that guy can say? I don't know. We'll put security cameras in. And that's the end of the fucking conversation. But because it was on a website and people already don't like Facebook because it's annoying, people are going after who is, I would argue, one of America's most successful entrepreneurs. Like, he's one of the fucking, like, patron cases for people to, like, respect what Americans can do. Like drunk in a fucking dorm room, Facebook, well, face smash, but whatever. It's just like, I don't know. That's my 2 cents. I just want to stream for a minute and talk about it. I don't normally get this upset, I don't think, on streams, but yeah, it's just weird. Like I don't understand how everybody is so like against Zuckerberg for it, because I think everybody's just been like quote unquote mad at Mark Zuckerberg or mad at Facebook for like 3 years, and then like people don't realize they actually search for all the things that they feel like they just talk about and get ads for. So like I feel like everybody's got a chance to take a bunch of shots at him, and that's what they're doing. So yeah, I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's super great what they're doing. I don't think. I don't think it's a good representation of like our legal system to be going after like one of our country's more successful business people, instead of asking for help, which is clearly what they need to be doing. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. What up? There's a couple people in here now that were not in here and during my little rant. So if you actually want to hear me talk about this, I'm gonna end the stream, let it like do its thing, and it's gonna post. I would highly recommend watching that because like I'm cool. But thank you guys for showing up, hanging out. I appreciate it. And oh, by the way, I do want to mention on this for anybody who watches live streams, you can live stream to Twitch from the PlayStation. I did not know that. I tested it out yesterday. I had a small Skyrim stream on Twitch. It wasn't there wasn't a mic, so I got to figure out that whole thing. I think I got the PlayStation. No editing involved.